have a guest, little mortals. Be quiet, or I'll get much less easy on you. You, listener, thank you for taking my invitation. The sounds. Oh, it's just the infinite screams of the souls of people who died in another universe that I've brought back to life and made immortal so I can torture them forever. Nothing big, really. Even I sometimes like to fidget with something. What am I? Oh, that is the wrong question. The real question is, what am I not? There is no answer to that, as I am nothing. You see, in the world I am from, there was chaos, which divided into everything. My brother and me. Nothing. Everything kept dividing into different things, and now he is a pathetic deity of the world. But me, I am nothing. I cannot really create anything. I make death stop working. I make an anti-world and undo things, which is useful in causing havoc, but I'm not a deity in the end. Maybe Eldritch Monster would suit me best, but that's not why I invited you here. Here, let me pick you up. Okay. I am aware you can't actually see me, or where you are, or the difference in size between my avatar in this world and yours. But just trust me when I say that if I were 2 meters tall, or 7 feet tall, you'd hardly reach 2 centimeters, or even 1 inch. Just like my human mortal here. Or immortal, since I cursed them with perpetual torture. Listen, let's not pretend like you're talking, or that I can even hear you. I know you're somewhere in your world, and you don't actually have control over this body that I'm holding in my hand. I know you're listening to a recording from your perspective. But I'm an Eldritch Monster. Did you really expect me not to realize the great reality above this little recording? Here's the thing. Before I indulge you in the scenario further, I have a question for you. You see, after you fall asleep, no matter if you'll remember it when you wake up or not, I will teleport your consciousness to a different world. It'll feel like a dream from your perspective, and you'll not remember most of it. But whatever you do in there, no matter how weird, stupid, or illogical it seems, it will be in another world. A universe where I have much more power and say in what happens and what does not. Much more than in yours, where I can best send a message to a writer, who'll send it to a voice actress, who'll then record it, and eventually arrange things to make you listen to it. People from your world proved to be useful champions this far, but none of them finished a single mission yet. So I need you to to do yours actually until the very end. All it requires from you is sleep. Once. Just once. When you wake up, you can know that whatever happened in that world you dreamed about changed reality forever. If you're wondering if this is going to be a good or a bad change, you should restart the recording and listen to the sounds of me torturing people again. I'm not the good guy by any means. As to why I do that, well, that is also a wrong question. People always wonder why. Why do bad things? Why me? Why not me? Why can't I find love? Why am I listening to this? But you never ask more important questions which would explain the world. This is the answer to why. Why not? Okay. Since you'll be sent on that quest next time you sleep, I'll let you enjoy being my tiny guest. But what shall we do? Simply listening to me playing with tinies will not suffice. You can't exactly see what's happening, and I think if I describe to you every little detail of what is happening, it might sound a little bit silly. So let's do this differently. Let's play a little game. This or that. But with a dark twist. I'll give you a choice between two things, and you'll get to choose which one happens. Let's start with something simple, shall we? I have two humans in my second left hand. Yes, I have multiple left and rights, not to mention legs. They're humanoid, for your information. I have two humans in my second left hand. One of them was a serial killer when he was alive, and now he is my plaything. The other is his very last victim. You get to pick which of them loses immortality before I squish them in my fist. Choose fast. 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Did you pick? Time to squish. Whomever you picked will have no more time spent with me. No more pain. They will die normally. The other will stay with me forever. Now, since you're already picked, let's see who gets to stay with me forever. Ah, I see. I actually didn't expect that. Okay, away you go. You didn't see that, but I dropped them to the ground. And since we're on the topic of being on the ground, there's some humans on it already. They're running around. Not like they have anywhere to hide, or that they're even capable of running away from me in my lair. I'm an eldritch being after all, and I can bend reality, to an extent. But how about you choose their fate? What do you want me to do with the humans on the ground? Keep in mind, that includes the one I just dropped. I'll give you some choices. Option 1. I could just ominously walk after them, forcing them to run as long as they can keep running, all panicked and such. They'll be fine. But if they stop, well, you're probably familiar with the fate of a bug who didn't run away from a giant foot chasing them, right? Here, let me demonstrate for a moment. See? They survived it. Don't worry. It was just extremely painful. I could keep chasing them forever, or at least until another human gets to choose and they pick something else. Option 2. I can make them build a society, give them resources to make villages and such, and live almost normal lives. But every single time they go outside to go to work or buy food, they'll see me looming over them. They'll hear my voice talking to random guests from the universe and hear me play with any human that I can capture or I didn't drop yet. And each village would have to make an offering to me so I don't just destroy it. You probably know the drill. Tie someone up every 100 years or so and give them to me for playtime. So far, the two options are endless chase and pretending to have a normal life, living under a cosmic horror. Can I possibly balance it with the third? I think I can try. Option 3. I can make all the humans on the ground unable to move, just stuck there, unable to run, so no chasing, but also no building or bonding, waiting there, watching me and listening to what's happening, waiting for me to pick them up. I would say one of those things definitely is not like the others, but I personally like that. Order is not my thing. Which option do you choose? If you've forgotten them, you can rewind and listen again. Did you pick? Okay. You should probably know that if you don't pick, it doesn't mean nothing happens. It makes the result random, because why not? Lastly, I have one last choice for you. Here, I will sit down for a moment while the humans on the ground get ready for their new reality. Might give them some time to contemplate what they just heard from me. Just swipe those few to the side so I don't sit on them. And here you go. In the middle of my 4 legs, around you like a circle. Now, there's 2 innocent creatures in my first right hand. A tiny girl who died young. She was 15 when she died. And the other one is a boy who was 6 when he died. Poor little things. Tell me, which one of them will get a cookie and which one gets an ice cream? Are you surprised? Look, I may be a monster, but I have my limits. They died far too young. I have a special shelf in my lair where kids have all kinds of toys, have all the games they can imagine, and nobody ever dies or gets hurt. But they still have to go to school. No homework though. They do not see or hear all the torture here, of course. They can't even hear this conversation. From their perspective, I look like a loving giant mother who took them out from their cute dollhouse and is telling them I will reward them for doing good in their classes. Look, they both like cookies and ice cream. They can't decide who gets what. Take a pick, and there's no splitting. It must be a tough choice. Did you pick yet? I hope you did. Because if you don't pick this time, they'll both get their least favorite flavors. Okay, here you go, children. Now back to class. Yes, my name is Nothingness, by the way. Most call me Void, though, because it's shorter and it still gets the point across. Do you want to see the place kids are before you leave? Not that you would see it anyway, but time to deal with the people on the ground the way that you picked. By the way, it looks like you're also on the ground now. What do I do about that? I'll just squish you. You won't feel it, since you can only hear the sounds, and the recording will just end with a muffled squishing noise. Good luck on your dream quest.